Joel, you just finished your movie just a few days ago. How does it feel?
It's great to be finished. It's 2 years of work. I made The Client in the middle of it, but we prepared it while I was making The Client, and then started shooting when I finished The Client. So it's, the end of 2 years. I wanted to make a living comic book. I went to DC Comics at the source, and Batman was created in 1939 by Bob Kane, and it's still one of the most popular comic series in the world. So there's hundreds and hundreds of great Batman comics, and I just read and read comics and immersed myself in the world of Batman and the comic books. And so, color, action, adventure, they always have great love stories. Batman is always in a personal turmoil. He's brooding, and introspective. And there was always Batman and Robin. So I brought in the Robin character. I gave him the beautiful and talented Nicole Kidman to fall in love with. And then villains, what's Batman without great villains? So two of my favorite villains were Harvey Two-Face and the Riddler. And so I was able to get Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey to play them. And that was a lot of fun. This was the biggest job I've ever had. I've been working since I'm 9. This is the biggest job I've ever had. But it was also the most fun job, which I didn't think might happen. I thought when they first asked me if I would do a new Batman movie, I thought this will be fun. Then when we got into it, I thought this isn't going to be fun. This is a big task. But the minute we started shooting, it was fun. The cast was really fun, and the crew was fun. 1,000 people worked on Batman Forever, and everybody, I think when you work on a comic book, a fantasy, it excites people because the reality police are not hanging around all the time, and you can encourage people's imagination, invention, spirit, humor. We tried to make a movie with a lot of humor in it, and but with a story underneath, Well, I had a wonderful production designer, Barbara Ling, and a wonderful cinematographer, Stephen Goldblatt. And we worked out together. And the way we did the color scheme is Jim Carrey has the green color scheme, Tommy Lee Jones has the red and magentas, Batman, Bruce Wayne, Val Kilmer, of course, has blue and black and gray, and the colors of Batman. Robin was always in the scarlet and green, Robin suit, but I really like what we did with that at the end of the movie. We muted those colors, so it looks much more like the bat suit in a way. And then Nicole Kidman looks great in any color, so she can do whatever she wants. When you look like Nicole Kidman, you can wear anything. Well, when I grew up reading Batman comics, it was always Batman and Robin, like Sherlock Holmes and Watson, Beavis and Butthead. So it was always Batman and Robin. I never saw Batman alone without Robin. So, and I thought it would be a lot of fun. We had a new Batman in Val Kilmer. So I thought, well, we should bring in Robin. I also think, it's meant to be an entertainment and not to be a heavy movie. But, in the United States, there is a great deal of discussion about that there are no young heroes, really, or that young people are portrayed usually on the darker side. So, I thought it'd be exciting to have a very young man as a vigilante and as a hero. And I thought Chris O'Donnell did a fantastic job. And what he brought to the role was he took it away from just the wide-eyed, innocent Robin that was always part of Batman, and I think he made it very contemporary. I think there's a complexity, an anger, a self-esteem, and a self-assurance that's admirable. Well, he's sure good-looking, and he looks beautiful in the new Batsuit. But beyond that, he's a very, very intelligent, very talented young actor. And I think for someone his age, he brings a depth, an intelligence, a wit, and a brooding, a mystery and an introspection that is right for a young man who would be a handsome billionaire, entrepreneur, playboy on the surface, and a dark vigilante at night running around in a black rubber batsuit. So, and humor. Val, the whole cast has a great sense of humor. Nicole Kidman, you know, everybody knows she's beautiful and everybody knows she's a great actress, but I don't think she's ever been able to use her humor to this degree. And she holds her own with the guys, you know. It's one of the greatest thrills of my life, working with Jim Carrey. He is one of the most talented, most dedicated, most focused, most professional people in the world. All of the stuff in the movie that looks spontaneous is not. It's all extraordinarily rehearsed. He works for hours in front of a mirror. He learned all the cane tricks. He had that huge juice master on his head, he calls it, and he had to dance and sing, but it's all very disciplined. It's not, his genius is, it looks like we turn the camera on and he just does it. It's very, very rehearsed. It's very disciplined. It takes hours and hours of practice. He couldn't eat anything because the suit, it shows everything. He's extraordinary. I'm really, I admire him very much as a person, and he's a great talent. I think one of the disturbing things in the United States is that sometimes people who are brilliant comics are not considered great actors, and that's not the case. Comedy is hard. Somebody once said, dying is easy, comedy is hard. Well, the batsuit, all right, the new batsuit is sculpted using photographs of statues and anatomical drawings of perfect bodies, right? Based on my own, of course. And it's perfection. It has perfect perfect abs and perfect lats and perfect delts and perfect glutes, and so perfect pecs. So why not include the nipple as part of it? I had no idea that I would actually become famous for being the person who put nipples on the batsuit. But Bob Kane, who created Batman in 1939, who's been very supportive and came and visited us a lot on the set, the only two things he can't understand about this movie is why Chris O'Donnell wears an earring and why Batman has nipples on the batsuit. So there you go. No, it's actually fun. It's like Japanese puzzle. You know, you're doing a little piece here in October, then a little piece here in December, then someone on a computer is doing a little piece here in January, and a few more pieces along the line, and then eventually one day they all get put together. And it's very exciting on that day because it all works. And it incorporates models, miniatures, computers, painting, many artists. 1,000 people worked on Batman Forever. 1,000 very talented people.